Hello everyone. Today is I guess it's Wednesday, huh? I'm losing track of the days of the week. I think it's Wednesday, January 25th, 2023 at excuse me, 9:47 a.m. in the morning. So thankfully I had just enough help for last night, but today I know it's so short notice cuz I had just woke up, but I um from the previous night, I got really no sleep, and then later on, I got 4 hours of sleep yesterday morning. So last night, despite it being cold in here, and it's like no matter what, the fact that the lady had threw up the devil horns hand sign at me earlier this month, um, when I first was new here and I met her and everything, um, that made me question like whether or not if she gave me this room on purpose or it was or if it was unintentional, and I didn't even realize because I was trying to it was so short notice, and I was trying to give the room, trying to give the so-called heater a chance to warm up. So the heater wasn't trying to warm up, and so I had to wrap my I had to try to bundle up as much as I could with these covers, well, blankets. Like in New Orleans, I don't know about other places, but in New Orleans, they call. I did not mean to do one eye symbolism on purpose just now. That was by accident. But in my hometown, New Orleans, we got certain ways that we say words. So if you have blanket, comforter, and sheets and stuff all together, we used to call it the covers. So put the covers on top of us. So I got this. I don't have a blanket, but I got this sheet, and this thing is not thick enough to be called a blanket. This one right here, you know, you see, and then this sheet and whatever thing this is called, because it's not a quilt or a comforter or whatever. I'm sorry. Oh, it's not a quilt or a comforter. Something with this doggone phone. I think this phone might be a artificial intelligence or AI equipped, because on my other phones it never did that before. I'm trying to make it look like as if I'm just only showing one eye or something. Not trying to do it, y'all. So I'm trying to show my whole face. So you know um so I had just woke up about 9:30. Oh man, I was afraid I was gonna oversleep or sleep too late, but wait a minute. Yeah, today is Wednesday. Yeah. Wow, this month January is going by slow. So like in the middle of the night, nobody came through to help, but it's gonna be in the 30s tonight, and the next couple of nights it's supposed to be like very cold. So I really need help. So the incident that happened the day before yesterday, with that girl treating me a certain way because of looking obvious homeless with my sleeping bag and the way so I ended up leaving my sleeping bag, and I had been tired of carrying that burden around anyway, but I'm sitting here hoping that it's still there, where I put it. So Otherwise, I will really be tortured and suffering. So, I mean, so I'm trying to get help with yeah, I'm trying to get help. And as I said, they have YouTube so-called content creators and even TikTok and other social media or social media influencer on Instagram, this, that, whatever. They have a house or a place to live, a car, and a stocked pantry. And if they just show y'all um, a daily diary of um, going to amusement parks as a living and monetize that YouTube channel, and then they'd be like, "Oh, great work, Lindsay! You deserve it." So, if they say, "Great work, Lindsay! You deserve it," so they got some people who tell me that I should go ahead and try to sell my Amazon ebooks and don't feel guilty about trying to give them away for free. And Amazon made me put a price. I was gonna give them for free, but Amazon made me, Amazon Kindle made me give them for free. I'm sorry, they made me charge a fee. So I try to charge the lowest, except on a narcissistic abuser's ebook, I charged $4.99, and I think on my birthday special edition, I think I try to charge $9.99. But on the other ebooks, I just try to give them away for free. But they had one person was trying to tell me stay off of Amazon and don't be trying to publish books on there. But she was supposed to be targeted, but then started to act like a perp. So I mean, I don't know. Then I stopped promoting my ebooks on Amazon, and I just figured that um, if I just put them for free on my blog, because um, I told y'all about Starbreaker falsely reporting all my ebooks and falsely putting false bad reviews on all my ebooks. And she successfully got one of my ebooks blocked or banned for speaking the truth. And so I felt like I wanted to have, like, my blog is a platform where I can speak my mind, you know, and so it's like they get everything blocked wrongfully or get me wrongfully banned or falsely reported, and then you know I woke up this morning to more harassing text messages from the perp with the false name Darnell Williams. And I don't know, something's like I'm well within my right to say that he ought to be called. He ought to be the one that's called sick in the head. So and so I mean, if somebody who's stalking all your ebooks and just giving them 1 star for no reason, it's like if you felt like the first three or four times you didn't like my writing, why the hell 630 something posts? Why? How come you read each and everything for years and just you know and I like that right there. Y'all falsely said that I'm childish and need to grow up, but you're childish for giving false bad reviews on all my ebooks. If you didn't like the first 2 or 3, why force yourself to read the 10th one? all 10 of them. And then Star Bricker thinks that she's clever and smart by reading them for free on Amazon Kindle Unlimited. But if I charge, you know, it'll be like, she couldn't read it, but I'll share it on other platforms for free, you know. But they manipulate everybody. They brainwash and manipulate everybody to not even want to be interested in my writings and not give anything a chance. And I know that I don't even know how many. I don't know how many short stories I've written, but I'm pretty sure it's well over 200. I promise you, it's over 200 short stories, all the way from maybe September 2020 through now. Just like if I got over 4,000 YouTube videos on this channel alone that's publicized, because I got more than 4,000, but just a lot of them aren't public, you know. And um, so I mean, even on my other channels, they have not ceased watching each and every. Like, how y'all able to keep up? Even if I do 30 videos in one day, fighting against and exposing the terrorism and gang stalking, like how y'all able to keep up with that? Y'all are able to keep up with that, but like y'all, they stay on top of everything I do. That's how I feel like. That's another reason why I feel like they gotta be demonically motivated. So and yeah, like it's like I'm surprised that at the moment now, it's like I got a new set or a new handful of supporters. And thanks, y'all. Don't let them taint y'all minds about me. So I wish people knew the truth about this predicament, because a lot of the times us being targeted, when they force us to not be in control of our own lives. If I'm not in control of my own life, because they fraudulently and illegally hijack that control over your life and stuff. So I'm scared to have to sleep out in the cold the next 3 nights. I don't know if it's gonna warm up after Friday, but this is scary and sadistic. To tell everybody to force me to freeze and starve. Try to force me to freeze and starve to death. And it's like they want to put it in the works to make sure I'm wrongfully punished and don't get anything to eat. But you know, and as I said, they want to make it like, oh, you can't be too homeless because you're the fact that, oh, you're overweight, or you don't seem to be missing too many meals, or oh, you don't seem to be starving to me. And they judge you. They got a lot of obese homeless people. You want to know why? A lot, and like in those homeless shelters and soup kitchens, a lot of the times they feed you trash, crap, and they don't. And it's like they don't give a damn when they give this false illusion of charity and caring to help. You pay $600 to stay in a homeless shelter, and they give you hard, cold rice and undercooked red beans or something. I mean, they give you hard, cold, and crunchy rice and undercooked red beans, and give you undercooked pork and burnt French fries or something like that. You know, and they don't. I mean, they just don't give a. They're just sloppy with and they don't give a damn. And then going to homeless shelters and stuff, it's like the staff do not care to fix the plumbing, and I mean, they don't care to fix things up. If they got bed bugs, the staff don't give a damn. You keep making reports, hey, we're being eaten up by bed bugs. They don't care. But you paying fucking $600 to stay there though. To live in a pay $600 to live in an overcrowded pig pen, pretty much. You get what I'm trying to say? And what if it might be to a point with my social security check or anybody else's social security check or SSI check when they try to make it like as if the homeless shelters are too expensive, or if you can't even afford to live in a homeless shelter. They've been raising the prices on shelters even. And some people, rich folks who never experienced it, they'd be like, what? I thought homeless shelters were free. No, no, they make us pay to live in prison. But yeah, they got this shelter that I was told about yesterday in Baker, Florida. I never heard of the city Baker, Florida, and I never heard of that shelter. And that shelter, I promise y'all, it's run like a very controlling, and I mean very controlling prison like cult. Even though they say it's free, but they try to say that in order to stay there, you're not even allowed to have money. Like the one of the rules I remember, they say you're not allowed to have money, and if you do eat food, you have to eat it all. Like, come on, we grown adults. Like, and then they want to be extra religious, And I don't remember all the other rules, but they make it like as if you can't go walk off anywhere by yourself, or you have to be accompanied by a chaperone or be accompanied by somebody. I'm like, no, I want my freedom. And that's what they have crazy, nonsensical, bizarre, cult-like rules for these homeless shelters where you pay such and such amount of money, or even if they are free, that you can't wear your own clothes and you're forced to wear other people's underwear and everything. Um, and they don't care if they present you children's clothes and you're big and fat, and then they force you to wear those. I'm like, I can't fit those. They don't want you to complain. They just want you to take the next clothes available or the next food available, and you're not allowed to complain. And they don't. I mean, you get punished for saying, "Well, hey, I don't like blueberry muffin," and I'm like, "Well, I don't like blueberry muffin. Can I switch out for the chocolate?" And then if I get severely punished, or or they chew me out, or yell at me, I'm not allowed to. Or they get very rude and say, "No, you get what we give you." So that's what this thing is. That even if you pay to stay in a homeless shelter, they want you to be just grateful for unpleasant things that they deliver. Narcissistic abusers who deliberately and on purpose try to force you to be grateful for everything unpleasant that comes your way, and to be grateful and to be quiet and not say anything. And it's like, what do you do? I mean, say if a woman lost her husband, and then if she's old enough that her children are grown adults now, and if she doesn't have if she doesn't have a good relationship with her kids, then she got to go stay in a shelter. What crime did she commit that she got to be treated like she deserves to be in prison? You know, or somebody's house burned down and they ended up homeless. What crime did they commit that they got to deserve to be treated like they're in prison? And then they use fear based mind control, that they want you to obey without question, and they human traffic you in the shelters and everything. And people say that the staff is doing nothing but lining their pockets, and they find ways to profit and make money off of homeless people, and that's what they call the homeless industrial complex. But the same 3 day old noodles that's been sitting out, you know, if a rich person wouldn't eat it, why should a poor or homeless person be forced to be thankful to eat moldy rice or something like that? If a homeless person should be thankful and grateful for eating blue moldy rice, and you know, and then they want to try to tell you to pray and have faith that that the sickness will go away if you got sick or if you got food poisoning or something. But the rich folks, yeah, they're living their best life, and those are the main evil ones. So I mean, as I said, me promoting my writings and stuff like that, they want to overlook and ignore it. But the ones promoting witchcraft, occultism, anything satanic, those are the ones who those are the ones who get promoted in the so-called writing community on whatever social media. But for me, it's like talking to a brick wall, trying to promote my writings and try to promote my ebooks and stuff, you know, or if I share a link to a new short story, a narcissistic abuser will falsely accuse me of spam or something like, wow, you hate me that much, huh? How is it spam? It's not spam when you repeatedly post the same link to the same witchcraft book, talking about the gospel of witchcraft. I'm just using that for an example, you know. But for me to share a brand new link to a freshly written short story, oh, you stop spamming. Like, you're an abusive, narcissistic perp to say that. Why are you following me in the first place? And them trying to control you, or they straight up get hateful and block you, and you wonder what you did wrong. And I'm not promoting or I'm not glorifying the evil or satanic, but when I write about the short story series that I'm working on, it's used to expose and point out the wickedness and evil and the strange rules and the mind control that will go on in cults, for example, So yeah. So I can somewhat hear some of the traffic on this side, even though I'm by an even number side. She put me all the way at the back, all the way at the end, and I can still hear all the noise. Well, not all the noise, but I could hear some of it. But last night I was able to sleep quietly without um I was able to sleep quietly last night without having to use my MP3 player. But I hated that I couldn't get any heat in here. It's all cold. And I don't know how the previous people or the last people or anybody else would have slept in here. They could have slept in here without complaining about it being too cold. Because if there were complaints and that lady knew about it, and you put me here on purpose just for like, if somebody, because if I try to request like the even number rooms are on the back away from the traffic, and the odd number rooms are where they have the traffic. So last time, I think it was Sunday, was it Sunday night? It had to have been Sunday night. Or was it Monday night? Wait, no. Sunday night. Yeah, it was Sunday night. Yeah, Sunday night. So Sunday night, she tried to make it like as if they didn't have any spare rooms. So she gave me an odd number room on the right side, you know, where all the traffic is. And then the air conditioner didn't filter out the traffic noise like that. This air conditioner in this room is it filters out the traffic noise and I don't have to hear it. But it blows out cold air. So when I check out of this room, I'm gonna tell them about it. But I don't know, as I said, I don't know if that lady knew about, if she knew about it and did that on purpose as a way to covertly punish me for, oh, you shouldn't be so picky about the room or whatever. I mean, I don't know, but she's like a fake nice perp though. A fake nice perp, pretend to be nice but doing evil stuff, behind your back. But I didn't know until it was close to time for her to leave, and I was trying, as I said, I was trying to give it time to warm up, maybe, and so I'm gonna try to remember to let them know, um, before I walk out of here. So I had already had a shower when I went to swim and shower yesterday, and I had already had a shower. So here they make you take out your own trash. So I try to have just as minimum trash as possible, you know. So I'm trying to even if I can get help. Come on, man. Even if I could get help with, you know, enough for tonight. Um, I'm not sure if it's no guarantee that it will be $60, but it had been approximately $60 lately. More or less. Like yesterday, I paid 57.04, and the day before, I paid $58 or something. I mean, I'm sorry, Sunday I paid like $58 or something, and on average, it'd be like on average $60 for this particular hotel. But that one time I had the discount, it was $38.53. It was dirt cheap. So I don't even know because I'm new to that Hopper app and just learning. And I also recently found out about this hotel. It was a cab driver, New Year's Eve. He told me, hold up, I'm back. It's 10:17 a.m. So the front desk girl had just came by and asked me if I was checking out. Well, I told her, well, I didn't get extra help. So guess it was like I got no choice but to check out. And I told her about the heater. She said it doesn't work. I said, yeah, it don't work. I mean, well, yeah, it blows out cold air. And it's like I was shivering and freezing last night. So I was cold all night long and woke up this morning feeling kind of cold. And so it's like I was better off having no air or no heater or nothing on at all last night. And with these sheets and stuff, these covers, I had to I had no choice but to try to bundle up what I have, But it would have been an extra thick layer if I would have had the sleeping bag with me. So I'm gonna say this: homeless discrimination is real. But you know what? I had to discover that sometimes rich people have filthier habits and dirtier than poor people. Because I mean, if they in New Orleans and I guess the South, or I don't know about other regions, but black people, like if you nasty and dirty and stuff, or you're irresponsible and inconsiderate, or you're just neglectful, they call it being trifling. Like if you deliberately or you just don't give a damn and you leave trash all over the place, or like it's okay for rich people to have a sense of an entitlement, and it seems like as if money, wealth, power, and status gives them that so-called privilege to be entitled. But poor people aren't allowed a sense of entitlement, and as I said, got to be grateful for everything unpleasant. So if the rich folks, if they I couldn't believe my eyes that the rich people, they had a whole bunch of multiple hotel rooms. If they have rich people, I'm going to say it and be graphic, that they take a shit and have long fat ass turds in the toilet in a hotel, in the resort hotels or whatever, at the Grand Canyon. Long fat ass huge turds. It looks like they leave it inside the toilet and don't even wipe themselves and don't flush the toilet. And I'm like, and so when we had to do the housekeeping at the Grand Canyon, we had to flush the toilet and then clean it out and clean the rest of the bathroom, and and they expected you to clean each room within 10 minutes. Well, with my disability, it probably took me 30 or 40 minutes. Oh, Candy, you work too slow, or you're stealing everybody's paycheck because we got to do your work. Well, at least I'm clean. At least my work is. At least I clean better than you. You do a half-ass fake job. You know. Oh, you're stealing everybody's paycheck. But their workplace mobbed me within 11 days. So they moved me from housekeeping to dishwashing. I guess I do better at dishwashing. And so when I worked for Avis for about the same amount of time, like 11 or 12 days, and they mobbed me off the job. They nearly succeeded the second day I worked there. So they nearly succeeded the second day I worked there. So come on, man. I'm getting distracted. So they nearly succeeded at mobbing me off the second day I worked at Avis. So the the people who would rent the cars for Avis, it seems like the nicer the car, or the newer the car, or the more luxury the car, that's the more they trashed up the doggone. I mean, like a Buick Enclave, those things are huge, or a big Tahoe or something, or a Suburban. How do they expect you to get that clean in 10 minutes? Especially if they got mountains of trash, 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 trash. The whole vehicle is just trashed up, crumbs in the seats and everything, and in which it would take you like 3 hours to clean that thing. If they trashed it up and messed it up, drinks spilled everywhere, messed up everything. So it depends on the vehicle and how much trash or how dirty it is if you got to clean it out. You know, so but of course the cheaper cars or the small ones, if somebody's poor and or those kind of usually be the cleaner ones that you don't have much maintenance with, like a Nissan Altima or a Toyota Corolla or something. you know, but sometimes like if you got to do a Toyota Corolla Cross or a Volkswagen Tiguan, yeah, they kind of try to make that a little dirtier, or Ford Explorer, that's seven or like seven passenger or something, and that takes a while to clean too. And it was summer, and they had like say imagine 8 bags of McDonald's trash, and you know you just junk up the whole car on purpose rather than being considerate and cleaning up your own mess. And then they will get mad if they would get charged. I don't even know if they were getting charged, but it was a lot of cars that we had to clean out the trash out the cars and stuff. So, like me, I try to, you know, I told y'all before that when I stay in a hotel, I try to give the housekeepers as little bit of work as possible. Well, they got to strip the beds anyway. So, I usually gather all the trash, and there have moments where I accidentally, rare moments where I have accidentally, left food in the fridge, but not on purpose. And then I don't realize it till well after I checked out, like, oh, I forgot that burger in the fridge or something, or I forgot my broccoli and rice and chicken in the fridge or something. Or I forgot my salad in the fridge or something like that. So it's rare, but it happened a few times. But so I have to check out of this hotel in 34 minutes. And before I check out, I have the opportunity to trim my toenails. I've been off get my personal schedule with the finger and toenails and stuff. So right now it looks kind of like as if it might be rainy or something. Um, what does my phone say the temperature is? So it looked like it's supposed to be 72 degrees today, high 72, low 42, or something like that. Very cold. So, like, as I said, it's the middle of the night, and if you're homeless, you know, the places of business will tell you you can't sleep here, even if you're not even trying to fall asleep. So I'm urging to try to get help for the next tonight, tomorrow night, and Friday night at least, for more help with the hotel room. Um, and wow, this month is going by slow. It's going by really slow, and trying to get more help with the hotel room to get out of the cold, and also needing money for food to eat. But as I said, it's so hard, you know, for people to even give me a job, and it's just wrong. Like, how the hell you an able-bodied man and you have your own house and car and everything, and a homeless woman, you will bully her and workplace mob her off the job, a homeless disabled woman. And then when somebody call you gay or whatever, then you want to flip out. Well, you being that disrespectful and evil towards a woman, that's not what a real gentleman would do. So and so the first day working at Avis, they did the noise. The workers there did the noise campaign, blasting loud music out of their cars and everything. And that one worker, he didn't care. He would get drunk at work. I didn't even know until it was, you know, like shortly before I left. If he would be drinking on the job or some people smoking weed, and those are the ones who get to keep their jobs. Even when I was working at the zoo, people will smoke weed while on the clock, and those are the ones who Amanda glorified as her team leaders and special ones and favorites, the ones that were smoking weed. And so I was thinking the other day, just feeling down. Amanda is my age, the one that used to work at the third party company from the, when I was working at the zoo. So Amanda, she's like half Chinese, half white. And so she was like the manager of the third party company at the zoo. And at first she started off all nice and everything, and then she made it like she got tired of me making complaints and making it like as if there's nothing that can be done to please me and stuff. When I was being workplace mob, how you would make I mean, how you expect me to be thankful and grateful to be workplace mobbed and bullied? And so so she wrote a letter to the workforce commission or whatever in New Orleans. Well, not the East Bank, but on the West Bank, and whatever workforce center there is. And she wrote a letter to them, and and it looked like a pink slip, but she swore up and down that I wasn't fired. But she's like, no, you're not fired. You quit. Well, why is the slip pink then? Even though I did quit, because they workplace mobbed me. And of course, I got robbed I got robbed at work. I got robbed in broad daylight, 3 something in the afternoon. But they caught the criminal, and they said it took over an hour or something to do like a standoff, or you know and so I had all these traumatic stuff happen at work, like two snakes having sex with each other and crawling nearby. I had a traumatic experience with this, being bit by the foster brother Joe's pet snake, Mr. Squeeze. When I was like 10 or 11 years old, I got bit by, no, I think I was 9 or 10 or 11, one of those, between fourth and sixth grade. I got bit by that snake, the foster mom's pet snake. So if they got snakes roaming free at the zoo, that freaking scared me. So um, Amanda would, when I would tell Amanda I needed more hours, and she would deliberately and on purpose give me less hours, covertly. So Amanda was a perp, and she was fraudulently and illegally living her best life, living nice, living in Slidell, but coming work way in New Orleans, but living in Slidell every day. So I told Amanda that I wanted more, or I needed more hours, and she's like, "Well, you say you wanted more hours, right?" But she gave me more days to work, but less hours, and playing psych games. But they had this devil worshiping lady who made it like as if she was speaking the truth about Amanda, and um, she was saying that Amanda is really evil and sneaky and stuff like that. That Amanda basically ain't no good. So even with the zoo job, like my second or third day there, my own black people, they workplace mobbed and bullied me and caused me to have an emotional meltdown, and I cried. And the night before, I had an incident where I had a noise harassment, noise campaign with the next door fake crusty crackhead neighbors. And they did a noise campaign and the police didn't care. And that kept me up all night. So it's like it's my second or third day working. It's like everybody freaking ganging up on me at work, and then the other manager, Miss Kim, she tried to tell me, well, you need to leave your problems behind at home and don't bring them on the job. Well, y'all sitting here creating problems with me on the job. So I'm like, well, damn, I have to have problem here and at work, at home, and then come to work and have something happen too. It's not me bringing it on the job when they're the ones who created it on the job. So when I say, well, I have problems at home too, and then I come here and got problems, and I'm new here. So they bullied me, ganged up on me, and caused me an emotional meltdown and cried, and I try to avoid quitting. So they very much bullied and disrespected me. So when I had to quit the zoo job, and Amanda had I worked there for a good 2 months, well, almost 3 months, about the same amount of time that I worked at Seville Quarter, like 2.5 months or approximately. So dealing with Amanda, she gave a pink slip and told the workforce commission to have future employers to not hire me ever again. Do not hire this person. And you're the same age as me, bitch, and I'm probably older than you. You probably was born in November or December of 1983. So and then when I tried to get my W-2s for the taxes and everything, she kept on militantly ignoring me when I tried to ask her, um because the the tax refund information, the W-2s weren't coming to my mail or coming to my house. Wait, you know what? I think by that time, I think I was home. Wait, if I think correctly, I think I was homeless by that time. Yeah, I was already homeless by that time. So I tried to reach out to her, and she kept militantly ignoring me. So when I tried to tell Miss Kim about it, a few months later, when I saw Miss Kim said, well, Amanda has been having a lot of problems or been going through a lot. Yeah, right. Amanda living a freaking rich life. You ain't got problems like me. So I gotta keep on. It's 10:37. So yeah. I mean, I haven't been able to have any seafood in a while, like over a week or so. I don't remember having any seafood last week. So it seemed like, I mean, if so, I had tuna, but this video won't be uploaded until after I left out of here. So I'm really scared of having to be out there in cold weather again. Like the night before, excuse me, the night before last, I suffered. I suffered out there. And then I went to the nearby restaurant and they got on my case heavily, telling me don't sleep and all that, and almost kicked me out. And they nearly flipped out. And it's torture, uncomfortable, and miserable to try to force yourself to stay awake. So I don't think I'm gonna feel like wanting to swim and shower today. I didn't feel like it yesterday, but I made myself, and I accomplished shaving. I accomplished shaving, and I need to trim my fingernails and toenails. I mean, I'm sorry, I need to trim my toenails, but I got my fingernails. But yeah, I mean, I'm just talking about this because of the depression. The depression that I'm dealing with due to this gang stalking and forced homelessness and forced poverty and everything. But it's a shock and a miracle, and I'm glad there are people who still care. But that's why like today I want to be able to work on a goal. I hope I'm I hope I'm mentally and physically able enough to do it. I want to work on a goal of writing 3 short stories for y'all today. 3 short stories, hopefully. And it's like out of 3 of those, I know I can't be that bad of a writer. You know, so I'm trying to work my way. With the side hustle, trying to work my way with help. I have a nonfiction blog post in mind to talk about the rules of that cult shelter, the religious cult shelter. Um, so I gotta go for now because I gotta check out. But please, I need help before. I need help at least before 8 o'clock tonight, like yesterday. But really, I would like to try to get help before 7, so that I can still have the transportation to get over here. Otherwise, if it got to be 8 o'clock, after 8 o'clock, then I would have to take a long walk like I had to yesterday. Last night I had to take a long walk. So I'm praying for more help, please. Like for the next tonight and the next couple of nights, for to stay out of the cold. I mean, me trying to work on my writings while unemployed, that's the least I can do. So I gotta go for now. And thanks in advance for any help. And I got the information in the description box of almost all of my videos. So I gotta go for now.